after 25 days of streaming every night. Not only just chilling, but I'm outside. I'm outside, people. One take. I'm outside, y'all. I'm outside. Today, we eat blackberries. Come on, let's go. Let's eat some blackberries. Can you dig it? We're gonna eat some blackberries. Good evening, Brenda Lynch. You gotta change your name. You got your full government waiting for somebody to steal your identity. You gotta change your name on YouTube. What's up tonight? How are you doing? I am keeping up with my commitment. It is my 47th day night streaming. Tonight's gonna be a good one. I am so tired. I'll try my this is what I say when I'm tired. So you see tired spells Tired. When I'm tired, I go, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm so Ti red. I just keep breaking up the word different ways. Yeah, delusional, tired.
Ready or not?
I was ready. That was kind of loud. Make sure.
Ready or not?
Okay. I'm ready. Are you guys? Are you guys ready? Who's in the chat except for Brenda Lynch? I got 2 poll votes. It takes some time. It takes some time to get people in here. That's okay. Last night we did just as planned. Got a nice copyright. I guess it's a claim. I don't think it's a strike. But of course, I knew it. Shadow Black had me play a video of his, and I knew it right away. I said it on the stream. I said, this is gonna be a copyright claim," and I turned out to be right. No sweat though. And then I think there was another moment in last night's stream where I was playing the Arabic music, which was super cool. We had a few people come in the chat. YouTube seems to think that this is great for the Arabic audience, and I love music. So they gave me some suggestions, and I could play it in my ear, and I did so. But there was one time I remember when I think it went for like 10 seconds, and I didn't realize, and I turned back and I looked, and I was like, oh man, I didn't. I thought they was gonna give me some underground stuff, you know, but I didn't know what I was typing. Um, it's a cool person that comes in the chat named Yasin. He likes to have a good time. He throws some Arabic in the chat, and then I use the translate to figure out what's going on. But it's the second day of spring, guys, at least here in the Northeast. And today was very springy. I worked my butt off. We're up to 3 votes. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe we get to 10 before we get into the thick of it. We shall see. I don't know if that's a readable name, but what's up? Let me try it. Shashizi. Hello. You from Chi-Town or something? Shashizi. Is it good morning? Oh, where's that? Where is it morning at? Cause it's about time for me to hit the deck. But that's cool that we get to chat, even though we are far away from one another. Okay, still 3 votes. Shiz, is that how you say it? Is it shiz or chiz? Philippines. Oh, one of my favorite places. Okay. Is the Philippines where is that ubi cake? Am I saying it right? Is it ubi? You have like that purple root. In college, one of my favorite people was definitely presenting some ubi cake, if that's how you say it. Oh, he says, yeah, cool, man. No, that was some good stuff. I'd move there. That's how good that cake was. I would move there. Uh-oh. One of my favorite track stars is from Great Britain, Dina Asher Smith. Let me pull her up. She's probably, I don't want to say it, but she's probably on her way out. But this is her. Rep your flag. Yes, bye. Okay, well, bye to you too. Hope you have a good evening or morning. Yeah, I've watched Dina Asher Smith. I've always wanted her to, get to that next level. Obviously, she's an elite athlete, but it's hard to break through when you have track. I don't know if you watch track and field, but probably do, because if you're not in a. Oh yeah, there's a lot of great. Yep, you're right about that. And I mean, athletes in general, it's cool to watch. Being from such a big country, I kind of know what to expect here. Doesn't the guy on the men's side run for Great Britain? Is his name Varnell or something? First thing that types the Varnell Hill show. We're still living in the matrix of Martin Lawrence. Is it Varnell? Let me just put track. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know him, but I don't know his name. Was that right? Zarnell Hughes. Yeah. He had a nice I don't know if you guys ever checked out that track documentary on Netflix, but there was a cool, I think it's called Sprint. And he had a nice, spot in there leading up to the Olympics and his trials and tribulations. I think he's the record. Yeah, he's the record holder, and yep, in Great Britain. Yeah, it's tough, man. I get excited about track. We're about to come around to it. I'll see. I really want to see how I'm gonna be able to bring that good energy um, to my content. If any sport I would cover, because I'm super ignorant as a new track fan. You know him, mate. Yeah, I'm super new as a track fan. Just a lot of respect for sports and just competitiveness as a whole. But track is something that really, really sings to me. Yeah, no, that's super. It's you're not the only one. I mean, that's the story for me when I'm watching predominantly track. I'm watching how there was a what's her name, Julian Alfred. I'll pull her up real quick. Julian Alfred won a gold medal in the Olympics. I watched her since college, and if I'm not mistaken, this was like St. Lucia's first. I want to say track medal. I'll just say that. I could definitely find that, but yeah, it was like, oh, no. I got it right here. This is crazy. It says, let's make it a little bigger. It says her medal was the first ever Olympic medal for St. Lucia. Medal, period. Like, we don't need a statue. Like, this is her place. Um, it's cool, deja vu for me. I was just telling my children about a story about St. Lucia literally like an hour ago. So it's kind of deja vu. I went to St. Lucia years ago, and I did like an excursion because we stayed at the resort. CJ, what's up, man? She looked like the girl version of you. Oh, the trolls are here. We will get you one day, CJ. We're waiting for Shadow Black to come, bully you out of the chat. But yeah, James Smith, just talking to, being in smaller countries. I've been to St. Lucia. I have no relatives or lineage there. Beautiful country. Their main attraction. It's like more of a touristy. I mean, if you're from the UK, then you probably know because that's the only people that were there with me. To be honest with you, um, of course, I'm gonna watch the World Cup. Doesn't matter where it is, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be watching that. That's the World Cup is an excuse to have and it should be more sports. It should be cricket, rugby, and I'm speaking for Americans because Americans are so I know sports ignorant. They don't understand the big deal with certain sports. Like we got baseball, so it's an excuse not to watch cricket. That's a joke. Like I got into cricket I've never played cricket. I actually played baseball. I was I was searching. I was running away from my nation state in the sports that they offer. And he said, I want to see what Timu Cobra Kai got on me. Timu. Yeah. No, you're right, James Smith. But you know what's crazy is I don't think she's gonna get back to the top. Um, oh, the cricket got you subbing. Look, that's just who I am, man. Cricket, rugby. Um, I'm look. I played Division 3 basketball. I was pretty good at baseball, but I got out of it for a little bit, and when I tried to get back in, it was kind of late. they were pitching too fast at that point. I've coached some sports at the children's level, the high school level. So I'm really ingrained. I just don't talk. I don't talk sports. Like I'm not. I would never want to be a representation of a sports channel. I have a whole different view. The first man, I almost subscribed to the Willow channel. Man, I was trying. Because sometimes we have these battles with cable companies depending on where you live, and one company may not offer a channel. I think where I was at, they didn't offer the Willow channel, and I was super intrigued. And I have a like a how would you say, like an addictive personality where I want to master something. So when I was in that phase, I got so deep into it, understood all the rules. I was just like, man, this is actually cool, and I'm surprised if entertainment is really what we're here for. What stops us from us being this country divided into 50 states? What stops us from being entertained by the world's games, right? Yeah. Yeah, because it's, you know what it is. It's just monetary. That we lose. I've been trying to prove these points. I'm so glad you're here. You're here, James Smith, because I like to I like just to ride out with the organics of whatever's happening. I'll get into some games later. I'm probably gonna play some Sonic 2, and go nostalgic on the stream. You never know on Saturday like what to expect, but essentially, um, yeah, you're saying like America, their sports is so monetary driven that when you watch those matches, that like the cricket matches that are a week long, that will never work here. It will never work. And I used to check in daily on those long matches. And granted, that's not the thing that I like watching the most. Um, you got all your different flavors. The Caribbean League was pretty cool. Who could drink the tea faster? Yeah, yeah. CJ, you're American, man. I don't like to hate on Americans, but a little closed minded when it comes to certain things like sports. And you got what you asked for. You think that the Olympics are for sports. The Olympics is for making money and entertainment. I love ice hockey. Actually, do you like American sports? I do like. Oh, you do like American sports? Ice hockey, basketball, baseball. They would be world class at rugby because those guys have talent, athletes. Yeah, no, I definitely think. I mean, rugby's a different beast. I don't think you could football and rugby. You can't just come off the street and start picking up the game. That's a hard thing. Like there's just a mentality that you need, right? Mentality, skills I'm sure are there, but there's definitely a mentality that you need. I'm seeing some frames dropping, so as in the stream's health is not there. I'm still here, so it usually bounces back if that occurs. So if you notice anything, sorry about that. Not sure what that is. Let me just check my internet. Internet looks fine. Stream is back. Okay. So yeah, I was waiting for a couple of my moderators, but yeah, no, it's good that you're a sports guy, James Smith. I think I need to do a once a week sports show. I think that's really what when sports come up, I get deep into it. Like the I don't know if you're into basketball. You did say you like basketball, but like the whole Bam Adebayo thing that happened 2 weeks ago. It's almost been 2 weeks. Um, we suck at your sports. Yeah, I'll tell you what, the Americans we have I'll tell you what the advantage is. It's the size of the states and the countries. Oh man. You are so funny. CJ says you don't sound British to him. Yeah, no, I was the reason why I mentioned Bam, the Bam situation, because that's when there's like major news. I feel way. Um, I you got a Timberland, the the Wolves hat. So I when I feel a certain way as far as this is like I was on stream actually. I signed no streaming. I remember it was Tuesday night 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago. I signed off stream. I seen the 83. The first thing I saw was 83, and I'm trying this out. I'm not like a full. Is it still cold here? It's not really cold. It's warming up. Today was 45, but when you have dealt with 30s and 20s for so long, 45 feels like 75. So, um, but yeah, so I felt the issue with was so huge that I just wanted to say something to it. Again, I get into my passionate sports, voice, and the reason why I don't talk sports is because I have a lot of trauma that comes from sports. Nah, stay away, James Smith. CJ is a troll, man. He's a lot of fun, but he's a troll. You got to watch him. He's actually he has a young guy. He has a channel as well. So he comes on here. I definitely we like to have that conversation. Um, but yeah, so I wouldn't mind doing a sports show and figuring out how to be prepared for that. In general, with me, it's just the delivery is everything. Super judgmental, but I like the opinions that I have. And I am, like I said, I have a brain. Like I don't just go with the flow of what everyone else is, doing. My favorite sport is women's sprinting at this point. That is where the most competitive that I've seen. I think that's the most competitive event that I see on a year to year basis. Um, these ladies are the top of their game. We are coming off of watching, we want these legacy people, the Jordans, the Kobe's, the LeBrons, the Brady's, Usain Bolt. Well, on the women's side, Shelly Ann Fraser Price out of Jamaica, who's pretty much hey, what up, Maddox Sace. Um, we're coming off of she may be done in track. Well, I'll let the season go before I know that she's officially retired, but I don't think there's anything to compare when it comes to what she's done, like her record and her amount of medals throughout a track career. And I watch people not understand when to celebrate people because they may not have a sneaker, because they may not have this like controversy, because they don't draw that type of attention. Like even Usain Bolt, I mean, being the fastest person on earth and being the a heavyweight champion, like undisputed, knocking people out, those things are like pretty close. And I'm over here 6'7" and right, but those things are pretty close to each other. Being a heavyweight boxer, like champion of the world, undisputed, defended your title, and being the fastest person on earth, like undisputed fastest person on earth. Of course, I remember you, football. We were talking. We were having some Arabic music going last night. Here's one for you. The MLS needs to have regulation for football to get better in America. The MLS needs to have regulation. Okay, so you mean for American soccer to get okay. Yeah, I don't watch the MLS. A footballer, I do remember you. I don't watch the MLS. I think I was obviously it's been around for some time. You'd be surprised, but it's pretty isolated as to where um promotion relegation. Okay. No, MLS is not going to catch on more than it already is here. That's it. It's I mean sometimes I did just start streaming. You mean in life or you mean the time frame? I've been on here for 26 minutes. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but the money it's tough with the money. And I mean, we have leagues. So, James Smith, that's a very good point. I don't know the MLS. I do know the system that you're talking about because I have spoken to a good amount of international friends that are super into, the real football. Um, and they talk about that. But I think here the problem is that the framework of the other leagues, they don't have that. The other leagues support horrible franchises that stay horrible for a long time, and the money keeps coming in. Yeah, it sounds good, James Smith, but you got to remember that everything is about the money at the end of the day. And unlike, you know, international um, real football, we don't have stadiums that house 90,000 people who are culturally screaming their daylights off and probably buying loads of merch, loads of drinks, pre-gaming, and that money is supported there. So you're a second class league in this country. You are, you're below the baseball and hockey tier. So you got football, basketball, and then you have baseball and hockey. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, Dexter. You guys are funny, man. Okay, you corrected that. I was wondering what you said. Be so cool if all the leagues in America united and had that. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but it's you, Julian. Hey, what's up, Julian? Nice to see you again. Below WWE. Yeah, you're right. Below WWE. You're right, but you gotta kind of accept. Well, yeah, I get that. I get what you're saying, and I'm not gonna dispute that because I don't know the numbers. We don't classify WWE as a sport. It's sports entertainment, whatever that means. I get what you're saying, but why do we feel? And I'll try to give you an example. Why do we feel that there isn't a cap for the viewership to a particular thing? No, WWE is cool. I don't watch it regularly, but no, it's fire. But why do we think that? Why would the MLS grow? Here's why. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm from the city. I'm from the Bronx, right? Every just about every other block you go to, every neighborhood, we have multiple places to play basketball. Basketball is not a sport. So baseball is a dying sport here as far as the amount of people who play it, right? So these sports are relative to what you have access to. So it's a political conversation. When you don't have enough affluent communities where the facilities are there, where the culture is there. You can't grow that culture because you have so many populated cities that are so dense. There's nowhere to create that system. So what's easy is having gyms. That's easy. And a gym is where you play particular sports. So those sports are going to do better. Football is kind of an anomaly. Yeah, yeah. New York, it's okay, man. Yeah. What are you saying is going bad now? Oh, you talking about wrestling? Yeah, I mean, hey, it's I for a while I was tuning into wrestling because I realized that the script, how can you this is how good wrestling is. You know the script. You know that they do the same thing over and over again. They're not even lying about the script anymore. The wrestlers, when they leave the ring, they go on the freaking Tonight Show. And they're not like the old wrestlers. They're not staying in character. These guys are in movies. And so if you could still do that and still entertain people in the ring while you're in character, you've mastered something. At least they tell you it's fake, unlike the sports that are fake and they don't tell you, or rigged and they don't tell you. Yeah, I mean that's my point. Um, they if you don't have the facilities, I remember when I was in college, right? I went northern New York for college, and I had a teammate. He was from close by, and we went to the park, and he had a hockey rink outside. I've never seen a park. I was at the time I was 18 years old. I never saw a park with a hockey rink. Right? There's always this joke about what would it be like to have LeBron on skates. LeBron was never presented skates. He was never presented skates. Do you know what it would be like to have, like, you have to live in a place that has that, and you kind of grow into that. You'll get your anomalies, but oh, football, all these sports are snowman, all these sports are rigged. That's why I don't talk it, because it's a happy balance. Um I'm on the outside. What I say by that is the business of sports controls sports. Rarely do you see teams that shouldn't win. Now they can't control every aspect of it. Yeah, your ice hockey scene is awful. Now I'm in a place now where I live now, hockey is offered to youth, right? Oh, hold on, my son wants to go crazy. Um, Hockey is offered to youth, so now it's like a choice, right? I'm 6'3". Um, I'm not tall for basketball. I'm good size for most sports. I was super athletic. I've never had the opportunity to get on skates, and I would be curious to see if I did what it would look like. You know, just even being competitive and just learning different things. Granted, I'm good at racket sports. Decent in volleyball, all across the board. But those things are, like I said, volleyball's in the gym, basketball's in the gym. The gym that I used to play in as a kid in my community center, um, we used to play everything in there. I got introduced to handball, um, the real, let me say, the real handball, the international handball, because where I'm from, we don't call that handball, but that's actually one of my favorite sports to play, handball. I got introduced to that, and we played it because it was a gym. You could just, you make the 3 point circle inside the 3 point. That becomes the goalie's area that you jump into, and you're able to. You could dance, but you can't mock me. Watch the highlight. Hold on. in the FA Cup because who plays 5 leagues above. Okay, check it out. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of it's like cultural, right? So you're speaking to a local culture. This is the dream of sports. You want to be able to have a story that you can pass down, and you tell your children, and they tell their children. That's when they got you. That's when the they got you. They're happy that you're able to do that. So this happened on January 10th. A lot of reaction. What is this on?
What a wonderful, wonderful day for them. As the first holders.
Oh, I love the storm the court
against non-league opposition. Since Wolverhampton Wanderers were beaten by Crystal Palace all those years ago at this stage. Macclesfield march on. He got it going for them, the captain, Paul Dawson, with the header in the first half. Buckley Ricketts got the all-important second. And though Crystal Palace pulled one back with the Pino free kick, it's the holders who go out. And Macclesfield, 117 positions below them, 5 divisions below them, have created one of, if not the greatest, FA Cup shock of all time. What a day! What a day!
What a day! What a day! Let's be honest. Do you know how many sports fans were created that day? Forever fans, James Smith. Forever fans. I was supposed to be a forever fan, actually. I was named after a professional basketball player. My mom grew up, not even my dad, my mom grew up watching basketball heavy. Still watches it till this day. Watches baseball as well. No, I get it, man. I get it. And I don't know how likely that is, man. There was one game in the see if I could find it. There was one game this year. It's where's Luol Deng from? I don't know if you know that name. U.S. men's basketball versus was it Nigeria? Yeah, this was it. It was Nigeria, and these guys, when I say they didn't have NBA level players that are obviously at the All-Star level of every player on the Olympic team, and they won 90-87. So there was almost, and this was on a world stage, in the Olympics. Yeah, it was a cool game. Yeah, sports is great, man. I'm an advocate for sports. I call myself trying to not. So okay, so I'll just. Is that proper international basketball I'd be into? Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're right. That's even worse. What else is there apart from the Olympics? What do you mean by that? You mean professional, like as far as the example? Oh, for international basketball. No, they have different leagues. There's leagues all over the world that house, so like the FIBA league, the Chinese league. They kind of house different players from all over the world. No, so they do have a World Cup, the FIBA World Cup, but they call it, they call it World Cup, but it ain't no soccer, it ain't no football World Cup. Yeah, I'll show you. I mean, not sure if it's worth the time, but yeah, it's the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I struggle with doubling down on being a super basketball fan. The game is a beautiful game. Um, it's an amazing game, and you can play anywhere. You can get players from anywhere. Similar to to real football, but I mean the one up, the court is smaller. But you definitely need a certain skill set to play it. No, we don't. You know what? I'll tell you what. The You say we need a World Cup for basketball. The most entertaining thing I saw in basketball in the previous years actually just happened. It was the one-on-one in the Unrivaled League. And what I realized is that there's no way that men's basketball, see, because American sports, there's so much riding on players to be not just be good, but to have an image, a likable image, because that's where all the money comes from. So you could be really good, right? Like, but a lot of guys that make a lot of money, just like what I see from the big people who sign big contracts in football, they get contracts, they get endorsements, and endorsements takes influence, and the only way to truly influence is to be a personality or to have that image that people place on you. Like, I don't watch Ronaldo. I never have sat down and hear Ronaldo talk for 2 minutes, but I know who Ronaldo is. you know so if he wasn't who he was personality wise, and obviously there's looks and all of that, and then athleticism, you put all that together, and that's how you make the most money possible. So basketball is one of those sports where, it's at least the way that it's managed, where they kind of, it's a rigged game where it's not always about skill. Sometimes you'll see guys that you would think should be in the league because they're skilled enough, and they're not. You'll see guys that are in the league that you could obviously tell that somebody else should have been there in that spot, but it is what it is. I mean, Giannis, one of our biggest players, he was able to do the nepotism thing and get his brothers in the league, for a little while, and get them contracts, and they weren't of the level. I mean, I'm not going to speak to, I do think that LeBron James' son is of the quality to be in the league, but the way he got into the league, and that was all forced. So it's tough, man. I don't want to see that. I want to see them fix it. I like the international baseball. That tournament, I haven't watched it in a while, but the international baseball tournament is fire, because what baseball does is, because you have the Asians that's what they do now. Like, they play baseball, and they've had big names come this way and really make an impact. But the country is good as a whole. And then you have the Caribbean. I mean, I don't even have to say how good the Caribbean is at baseball. Funny story. in high school, I wanted to play baseball, and I was unfortunately at a baseball school that attracted a lot of Dominicans. And yeah, yeah, no, Japan is awesome. But so the school I was at attracted a lot of Dominicans, and we had what was called the baseball class, and it was a 2-period class, so it was like an hour and a half. We would work out for 45 minutes, which is a standard period in high school, and then we would play baseball. And the whole time I did this class, it was maybe like 2 years. They never said anything else but he run fast. He run fast. They never learned English. They were amazing. Unfortunately, I felt defeated because one of the guys that I was going to be playing behind over time, he ended up getting drafted to the Braves. So I didn't understand the game at the time to say, like, you just got to keep it up and you'll find your spot. So I kind of gave up on myself because, I mean, it's tough when you don't get to play. On the other hand, in basketball, I've never felt that. I've always been able to get on the court and show my skill set. But baseball, there was so much politics in it. I'm going to just go with this baseball World Cup. I don't think it's called the World Cup. Yeah, it's called the World Baseball Classic. And it looks like it happened already. And Venezuela won. Yeah, so I mean, in the Latin world, I shouldn't say Spanish, in the Latin world, this is like, this is as big as it gets as far as bragging rights. I mean, that's the sport they play. You had that with acting, but similar. Yeah, in terms. Oh, so you act. Okay, cool, man. I went to school for media. I used to do like improv classes a little bit. But yeah, it was, I think, as a parent now, I would do it a little bit different. I don't know how much support. It's like, what's the difference between being serious about something and not being serious? Like kids, they pick up so many different things and then they drop the things, and you just want people to be happy. That's really cool. You studied that. You just want people to be happy. Like, you got kids, whatever. Just want them to be happy. But you also know that the discipline, if you do know the discipline that it takes to actually do something, be good at something. There's a lot of effort. There's ups and there's downs. And when you're down, who comes lift you up? Who tells you, nah, you're on the right track? Oh, you make medication. Yeah, I mean, look, I when I finished school, I went to school for communications, like media arts. I wanted to be a video editor. I guess I could tell you the story. It's pretty crazy story. To me it is, right? So I wanted to be a video editor. I was really good, one of the top editing students at my school for sure. I was a teaching assistant in my last semester, and every year it seemed like a kid was a graduate was getting an opportunity, as you said it before, an opportunity at the WWE. We had a professor, Mick the Pig. What's up, man? What's up? Sucker for love, sucker for love, sucker for love, baby. So we had a professor who had an in. She used to be a producer at the WWE. And you go into her office and it's her in pictures with like the who's who of wrestling. You got Hogan, you got Taker, you got Diesel, everyone, and it's just her in the picture. Like she was the real deal. And it was my turn, right? Like it was my turn to I'm gonna go work for the WWE. And sorry, Mick the Pick, you probably heard me say this story before. Uh Mick the Pick's coming in with basketball. Oh, here we go. uh hey, meet James Smith. He's from Britain. We've been Great Britain. We've been going back and forth. He just said that we were talking about like competitiveness, and he's done some acting and just saying it's kind of similar where you kind of got to stick with it. So yeah, the Nets are New Jersey Nets, by the way. They never left Jersey. Is it Kazakh Wizard? What's up? Well. So yeah, so it was my turn. So I graduate, and I am super excited. I get an interview. I get an interview. The trolls are here. Happy to meet you. We convert trolls here, so don't you better watch out. So I get an interview at the WWE. This is a true story. I'll say a first name, not a last name, but my boy Phil he had graduated the year before. He's the one who got the job at the WWE, and he's been working there for a year at this point. I get the interview. Interview goes fabulous. And I am hyped. I'm telling my mom, my dad. So they're in talks with me. I'm gonna be like an intern. They tell me up front, Phil Brooks. I don't know who that is. His name is not Phil Brooks. So why I mentioned Phil is because Phil was he was talking to me on the side to get me in. He was giving me the game saying like, yo, you really impressed him here. And I'm like, I'm super hyped. And oh my God, you guys are crazy. So I'm like, okay, I'm in. They say, okay, so the job is in Connecticut. So, the WWE headquarters were in Connecticut. I live in the Bronx. Roughly, I want to say I was like 50 minutes away. They say you're going to have to work 60 hours. I feel like they were paying like $10 an hour. You're going to have to work 60 hours a week. Your job is to get whoever needs something, you do it. Coffee, whatever. They tell me this. I don't even know if this is legal according to labor laws. They just say this is what your job is going to be. Now, here's the first problem. I grew up, for real, rest in peace to your granny. I hope all is well, but life goes on, man. Just it's tough, but I hope you're okay and your family. So I'm I hear all this news and I'm in talks with the WWE. We're going back and forth, as in this is like old school, so we're just emailing back and forth. And I got well, I got lucky with that. If I wish I had a Vince story, but that never happened. So that's what I'm gonna get to. So sad to say, when everything was heating up and I was about to get this job, I didn't have a license yet. I didn't have a car and I didn't have a license. So I'm trying to expedite the process. I never wanted a license. So when I say that, I'm from the Bronx. Everything 24 hours. Everything is 24 hours. You don't need to leave this place. There's all types of transit. In fact, when you have a car, it's like a hassle because your car could get broken into. I don't know what kind of help you need, but this is the chat. I don't own the chat. You could type whatever you want to type in there. You might need to help me, brother. But so a car I see it as a hassle. I didn't really grow up with a car in my house. My mom didn't drive. So it just didn't dawn on me that this was a thing. But now, if I'm going to get this opportunity, I need a vehicle, right? So I go talk to my dad. He takes me all the way out to Long Island. We start looking at cars. And again, I don't have no license. I'm just going to make whatever I got to do to make this work because I got this job lined up. And I don't know if it was a Friday or a Monday. I still have all the emails, and I have all the emails because I remember sending my resume. I had Gmail at the time. I've been on Gmail since like 04. And this happened in, I guess, 07 or 08. And you guys are ready for the... I wish it was like an Undertaker sound. I wish I had the Undertaker bell ring. I'm going to just drop this story. MDT, yes, boy, you still here, man? Are you okay? Are you ready for guys ready for the drop? I'm telling you, it's a weird one. It's like cringe. I will drop it though. I give 5 seconds. Whoever's there first is there first. 15 votes on the poll so far. What kind of vibe should we go with tonight? Chill and talk, 67%. Locked in focus mode, 7%. Throwback energy, 13%. I thought that one would get higher. Just chaos and let it happen. We've had chaos a couple nights ago. I got some phone calls because I ended up trying to blow bubbles on the stream because it's something we were talking about and didn't pan out the way I thought it would. But James says drop it. I missed it. Okay. All right, I'm going to wipe the smile off my face because this is hard to say. Freaking Chris Benoit goes nuts. Literally, when I'm about to get a job offer from the WWE to go fetch coffee for 60 hours a week, my dream job at this time, my freaking dream. And why it's my dream job is because I knew that I was my brain, the way my brain works. Yes. So you know what I'm talking about, James Smith. I don't want to get all cringe with it. So the way my brain works, the creativity that I have, I feel mirrors editing because you will not outwork me. And when I say that, I remember doing just college projects. I remember one project I worked for 53 hours straight. True story. 53 hours straight. This is before a DoorDash. This is, if food comes, food comes. If food doesn't come, it doesn't come. I'm finishing this edit. Lock me in the room. Lower the lights a little bit because I'm in casino mode. I don't even know if it's daylight or nighttime outside. I'm gonna edit because the creative process. Back then we're doing 1-to-1. So you got to capture all your footage. We're in mini DV tapes. You got to capture all your footage, put it all together, chop it up. I was using Avid, a little bit of Final Cut Pro, but mainly Avid. Because that's what that school actually had. 53 straight hours. And it was 53 straight hours. And I think it was a 60-second edit. A 60-second edit. And I'm going to tell you why it didn't bother me. Because I was told in our studies that it takes 30 hours to edit a 30-second commercial. So there's a multiplier. A second, an hour. So I didn't take 60 hours. I took 53 hours. And I did them boys straight. No pay, nothing. So yeah, so Chris Benoit does the thing, and I remember that next Monday I'm sending emails. I'm sending the same email that's been replying to me. Super excited. I done sent my reel over with my little college edits and everything is looking good. They gonna pull me up. And Chris Benoit does that and everything froze at that point. I no longer realistically sought out. I didn't seek out media at that point because I don't know. It was just like I was almost there. It's like you go through buying a house. If you've ever purchased a house or had any kind of like long term situation where there's all this process for a house, you have like a loan officer, and then there's the underwriters, and they're just doing all these handoffs. So when you finally get to the signing day, yeah, that's a sad story, man. I don't you know me, I ain't trying to be cringe or make something higher than what it was. It's just that's my story. That's what I lived. So when you finally get to signing day, they kind of have you cornered. In fact, they have you cornered leading up to signing day. So if you go to buy a house, they have access to your banking records at that point. So they know how much you had when, and this is because, if you need to get a mortgage, right? If you got cash and you fluid like that, you can go do what you got to do. Nobody in your business. That's the best way to do this. But if you're not fluid like that and you need a mortgage, somebody's going to be in your bank account. Why would you think this is pre-recorded? Am I doing that good? Lad Passy, why would you think this is pre-recorded? Please, I need to know that. Is it because I'm actually talking? I'm sorry, people don't. My name is Darnell Just Talking, so I try to come on here and actually talk. I don't know if that's your reason, but I've never gotten that. That was a good one. So yeah, I was saying when you need a mortgage, they're gonna check, I think, your banking records for like 2 years, right? So their argument is we want to know how much you spend monthly, because you can't just, if you come to us today, you might have had a good month. You may have gotten a bonus from your job. We don't care about that. We want to know, what are you like on, routinely. So what are your expenses, and generally how much do you bring home on a monthly basis for the last 24 months that you could actually afford a house, right? So say you're renting. So if your rent is somewhere near the cost of the mortgage, or what the expected cost of the mortgage is, then they kind of know that you can afford it. If there's a gap there, we want to know how you're going to make up that money, right? So that's when some people start trying to pull people in and get some co-ownership. So again, you move along the process, and while you're in that process, you still can't spend random money. I can't go out and buy, I need a new TV that, I can't just go out and buy stuff. So they kind of got you like cornered. And I just felt everything was there. So could you imagine coming to signing day and you told everybody at this point, and then they're like, you know what? We forgot that we can't sell you this house because someone else actually is a partial owner, and and you're not gonna have a house. You done made every arrangement for this thing to occur, and it's just not occurring, right? So I just felt like, man, this is my moment. I was so happy. Based on my story, I worked so hard to get to that point, and then that was it. It was just, it just, I didn't know how to deal with it, and I wish somebody would just say, "Bro, you gonna be alright. Don't even worry about it." It was also recession time, so that didn't help. The recession was pretty bad. But yeah, sorry, I got carried away with that one. We didn't talked about a lot. I think we talked about some track, some cricket, some baseball, some basketball, some American football, some real football. I love it. Love it. Yeah. I did let me just update my subscriber count because I just want people to see the hard work that I'm putting in is starting to really pay off, and I really appreciate it. It is hard work. Um, do you like crime series? I can't say. First of all, welcome, Shubham. Shubham. I can't say I don't. I do, but I like after the crime. I'm a prison series kind of person. I love all the different prison docs. I could show you some. I'm actually waiting for 60 days, and I don't subscribe to cable, so I don't know if the season is on or if it's about to come to Netflix. But I've seen every season of 60 Days, and that's a pretty amazing series. If you haven't watched that, what crime series would you suggest, Shibham? All right, we got 17 votes now. I think tonight's gonna be the night. I mean, I think tonight's gonna be the night in many ways. Tonight might be the night to get to 24 votes. I think that would be our highest vote. I'm at 198 subscribers, guys. Oh my god, that is crazy. That's crazy. Oh no, don't even Peaky Blinders. That's my joint. Oh, I was so tight when they you ain't gotta correct that. I know what you're saying, player. You have no that is I think I'm due to rewatch that whole series. Yeah, yeah. Prison. Oh, prison. So you watch 60 Days In? Shabham, you watch 60 Days In? Coileen from Ireland. Happy St. Patty's if it means something to you. Welcome to the stream. Peaky Blinders is my joint, man. Oh, I got so frustrated with those series that I see where you guys could take this, and you don't. You don't take it further. It doesn't make sense to me. I see where you guys can take this, and you just let it go. You just let it drop off. Yeah, Peaky Blinders, man. I have, what's crazy is that I have my kids are growing, and generally I only watch content that is parent approved. Yeah, I'm laughing at James Smith's comment. It's an interesting dynamic, man. It is an interesting dynamic, and you're more so talking about prison. Jails are a little bit more fluid. I don't know from a first hand basis, but just from the language that's out there, um, I think they're a little bit more fluid. Actually, maybe it's the reverse. I don't know, but yeah, it's tough. Oh, let's. Oh, yeah. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. I can't. I'm a struggle to say that, but I'm gonna pull it up. I am. I don't want to just say it because I am. I'm one of a kind. Oh, I've seen that guy before. Okay. I'm watching it. Don't tempt me. I watched I gotta find the name of it. I watched this Spanish, and it was Spanish in Spanish. So I had to do English subtitles, which is crazy. Can I do that? How do I do that? I'll just type. Was there a link at the top for trailer? I'm game. All right, let's find it. You guys have seen Jumanji? Get out of here with your Jumanji. I gotta watch this so I can know. Because I don't know how to say that. I don't want to embarrass myself. I love my Indian folks.
1971 के जंग के बाद पाकिस्तान में बड़ा उदास सा माहौल था। मैं 6 साल का था। रेडियो सुन रहा था। उस वक्त जियाउल हक ने एक ऐसी बात बोली जो मेरे जहन में गड़ गई। ब्लीड इंडिया विद 1,000 cuts। बिल्कुल ऐसे जिस तरह हमने इसके जिस्म पे इतने छोटे छोटे से सुराख बनाए ना।
I didn't need a subtitle. I was just feeling the vibe. So when I was in school, we used to watch movies, on silent, because we were always studying the marriage between video and audio, which is a perfect marriage. But when you separate them, they still have, a lot of validity. So I'm okay with actually watching stuff that I have no idea what it's saying because I'm reading the whole scene.
हालत करूंगा मैं उस मुल्क की। लेकिन आज का बिस्मिल्लाह इसके साथ।
और आप हैं मेजर इकबाल ISI से। इनकी मर्जी के बगैर पाकिस्तानी सियासत का एक पत्ता भी नहीं हिल सकता।
मेजर इकबाल साहब जिस पर मेहरबान हो जाएं, उनका मुस्तकबिल बदल जाता है।
There's a big bad dancer on the loose, thick skin coat with a black leather, big news.
Well, how you gonna have a movie, an Indian movie, and then the first song is Nicki Minaj on the soundtrack? Am I bugging or was that Nicki Minaj?
उनका मुस्तकबिल बदल जाता है।
There's a big bad dancer on the loose, thick skin coat with a
I think that's Nicki Minaj. All right, I'll check it out. I wasn't too. I'm not sure that would make it to a trailer in the U.S. That was a little much. It's all good. That was a little much. I'm glad none of my kids they love watching trailers. So, oh, it has a peak song in it. Okay. I'll take it. I'm gonna watch it. I hope you come back because I will come with my review. That's peak of indie. Yeah, I didn't know Indian cinema has peak, but yeah, the internet language is just so funny, man. We've just like my kids walk around saying bruh and mid and I can't wait to get to the next version of this, to be honest with you. I can't wait. It's like we're always like looking for something to be juicier than what it is. Like the fruit's already juicy. Why do we How could you make this fruit more juicy? Speaking of juicy fruit, can you tell me what would be the juiciest fruit that I would have in India and in the UK or Great Britain, more specific? You think it's mad how people from around the world can talk? Yeah, I mean, we're speaking internet at this point, right? We're not speaking any language like traditional language. This is internet. All right, we're going to do it tonight. We are going to do it tonight. Potato, potato. Yeah, did you guys mind if I play some Sonic? I had actually had it working the last time I tried this, it didn't work. See, deja vu again. Deja vu again. Deja vu. I was just talking. Yeah, strawberries. What kind? Oh, you got wild strawberries? Can you give me a species of strawberry? See, again, I'm a weird one. I'm an advocate of the Real Organic Project. A lot of talk about different species where, like, here in America, we really only carry like 2 species of strawberries in stores. So I'm like a fanatic in that way. No, I'm not on Xbox. I have Steam on the computer. Not a gamer. I do I play Rocket League, and I have this little game pack that I have had for some time on Steam. If you guys don't mind, it'll be chill. But we could also just keep the conversation going. What I keep talking about that we're gonna do it. Before I started the stream, I was at 193, and we're at 199. We're gonna cross over that 200. And just to let you guys know, less than 60 days ago, it was actually 40. You don't know strawberry species. I don't expect you to, but I think we, more so than you in the UK. That's what Shabham said. Okay. We in America we are freaking ignorant when it comes to food. Like, my children, they see me put my hands in the dirt. Like, if you check out my content, most of my daytime content, I'm outside. I'm like, you wouldn't even know what country I'm in sometimes. Daxton, what's up, man? What's up? Nice to see you. So I don't understand, how could we lose connection? I'm gonna tell you why your food is killing you. Well, it's deeper than that, man. It's deeper than that. Because people, imagine this. I'll give you a scenario. And this is personal to me, like, from the people, what I hear from people. It's easier to buy. That's propaganda. Come on, man. What was my dream to become? It depends. I think, like many kids here, I did want to be an athlete. I knew at like 13, 14 that wasn't going to happen. Then I wanted to be in media. So if you say kid, I was a teenager when I figured, and I don't want to be, I'm not like a talent. I'm not somebody who likes being in front of the camera. I actually like being behind the camera. I'm kind of forced. I've forced myself to do this because, not that I can't do it. My idea to produce shows is where my creativity is going to be the best at, because if you see, like, if you check out like older videos of mine, like I was saying, we're going to hit tonight. We're going to hit 200 subscribers, and 46 days ago, today is my 47th straight day doing this. 46 days ago, I was at 99, right? That 99 was accumulated over multi years, let's say 4 years. And yeah, I wasn't consistently posting, but I just went out and, earned 100 plus subscribers, which is not easy. It's not an easy feat because they don't really favor the little person here. But I'm a real person. What was your dream, Shibham? Yeah, we're going to talk about food. I'm going to give you a little bit of take of mine on food. Food in Europe, so much fresher. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that, but that's because let's talk, and I do have this conversation often. I don't know an official source, but we love pyramids here. This will do. 1 second, I'll pull it up. Hold on. Let me show you as my brain works. I'm going to skip all the reading because that doesn't matter. I'm going to just make up my own. Okay, so this is our problem. You're 18. Oh no, just do it. You're good. I don't think you got a dream to become a lawyer. You just got to work and finish whatever you need to finish to get there. You're good. People say I should have been a lawyer because I mean, not that lawyer is all about arguing and debating, but man, I have fried some people. My knowledge base, my information base, when I get into it, my memory, whew, watch out. Oh, you didn't do that. You didn't do that. Oh, tonight's the night. Shibham, thank you so much.
This life won't be the death room. This life won't be the death room.
You don't understand. That means the world. That means the world. And I'm gonna make, if you don't mind, I'm gonna make a short of this moment. Because I'll explain. Let me talk about the food, then I'll kind of explain. If you still you stick around for a little bit, I'll explain a little bit about the recent journey, why I'm here, how we got here, and what we're doing. But yeah, so this is, and I could pretty much go off the top of the dome, or just I understand this, right? So this is the problem. This is a pyramid. We in America, for the most part, we aren't at the bottom of the pyramid. We don't eat fresh, raw. Thank you. You tweak the system. It's all good. The number, it sucks that the number means so much. And look, I'm telling you, I'll give you the whole spiel. Let me just talk about this food real quick. So we don't eat I guess this is somewhat colorblind, but I guess this is like pink. We don't eat the pink part much. Hold on. It says capture cursor. Anyway, I did. Okay. What did I do? Hold on 1 second. You got me. Okay. Well, while I'm trying to fix that, I'll just explain the number. I came on here to look for my community. My community being, people who are like-minded folks. There's a lot of negativity on this platform. not to say, the platform shouldn't be diverse, because I do believe that it should be a diverse platform. But I found myself in a position where it was I'm online, and I'll be scrolling and going through and just trying to find something to watch. And for the most part, I love peaceful content. I like things that make me think and really exercise my mind. And I pride myself on that versatility. Well, I started to find it hard to find things that weren't a little like off-putting. I really found it like hard to find things. And then I started to do a deeper dive into what's going on. So the first thing I did was I detoxed. I detoxed for more than a month. I put the app down, took it off I didn't delete the app because it wasn't running away. What I did was I took it off my home screen, shortcuts, and from the computer I stopped using it. So it was mainly the phone I was talking about. And I started to explore how I was feeling not being on the app, like not using it as a coping mechanism, being bored, all different ways to use it. And I realized that people always shout out the algorithm. I realized that what was happening was we're at a point where these choices are being made for us. These silos are being made for us. I'll give you an example. I'm a black guy from America. I'm from New York. I'm from the Northeast. I speak one language. Shabham, you're coming in. I'm guessing maybe you're in India. Last night, we had maybe 5 or 6 folks from different Arabic speaking countries, and they came in. We had a blast, but you have to wonder, I don't have all these high views, so what about the stream is making YouTube push certain people? These are groups. We're all grouped. We have profiles, not a profile as in your YouTube profile, but how they profile you from behind the scenes. So as a user, I started to observe that YouTube is comfortable with all of the negative information that they keep circulating to me. And the one metric that matters to the algorithm is one metric. It's called engagement. When you comment, it's engagement. When you like, it's engagement. When you sit there and view, when you stay there and they know that your phone is active because they check all of the other metrics, it's engagement. So what they're handing off and why this platform could still get money for people who want to publish advertising is we have engaged users. So there isn't anything telling the algorithm that these things that are polarizing or things that are not polarizing will also get engagement. So we've kind of gone in one direction. And I understand from an algorithm's perspective why, if people are going to keep engaging, why are you going to open the floodgates up to them? Why are you going to put them in a world where they have the right to find the content that would suit them? You don't have to do that because we don't even go past the main pages. So I came to my conclusions, and it was time for me. Hey, what's up? Killer Orange, what's up? How you doing? So I had a choice. I could come to the same platform. Your algorithm is so, yeah, more on that. I was watching, because I follow a lot of gardeners and people in agriculture community. I have sought out people from all over. One of my favorite gardeners is in the UK, actually. I got some in Australia, all over the world. Maybe not South America. I don't get much of that. But one of the guys that I follow was asking how many people, like as a black gardener, how many people see, white or Caucasian gardeners in America. It's like they kind of just keep us all separate. So you're in your own little silo. Oh, yeah. Your algorithm is far right. Yeah, that's your profile. And then, but here's the thing. It's unfair to the creators as well, because when you hang out in the chat, when you kind of, get involved and engage with somebody, they're masking my content based on what you are about and what you already are. You have a known direction. And because you keep coming to the app, James Smith, that's what you like. Because if you didn't like it, why would you keep coming? Right? I saw your message, Shabham. What kind of movie? Because I'm all over the place. I have comedies, I have drama, not really rom-com, but what kind of movie? Yeah, it's brain rot. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, it took me some time to I had a choice to make, and I could have not I could have not followed through with that. That would have been like easy, but my thing was, and there's another creator, one of my favorite, he kind of said that he was in a war. He was in an information battle. So I figured I got to join that battle, because it's not fair for people. There are positive people out here. There are people that can bridge the gap, that, help us to not be as ignorant, and make connections throughout the world. I'm a husband. I'm a dad. I got chickens. I do so much. There's so many things. I'm from New York City. Super down to earth, and then look at what YouTube does, because I come on here and maybe I don't have the best setup, or I may not have the best camera. Sometimes you get no views, and you got to understand what that is. Yeah, you have a work iPad, and notice the videos are very different. Yeah, there's an information war going on everywhere. I think, and there's nothing wrong with the war. There's something wrong with not developing these apps to the point where people actually have a choice. Like, you think that you have a choice. You don't realize. So there was a point where a lot of the Facebook, this is like a decade ago, where a lot of the original founding, team was telling the truth about what they knew this would lead to, and they resigned and moved on. ChatGPT is kind of going through that now, right? The company behind that, because when people know that you have something that psychologically is superior than most people's understanding, you don't realize that you're under a spell. So people could say, oh, the Matrix. You're creating the Matrix around you because of the choices that you make. Just like the food, like going back to the food, where people in America think that they're eating food. So I argue, and this is, I struggle as a dad, and it's easy a lot of times to do things instant. But in my heart of hearts, if I could afford and I had all the time in the world, I would never eat anything that's not food. That's kind of how I think, that's how I operate. But when you use the same words to represent something, that's where the danger occurs. So just getting back to this food conversation real quick, because I never got through that. So unprocessed or minimally processed food. So you see here, milk. Why milk? Because, we're eating here, at least we have pasteurized milk. They take some stuff off of it, so it was somewhat processed. And then you have fresh fruits and chicken. Now the fresh fruits, they're not as nutrient dense as they were for our grandparents. That's pretty much all around the world. Farming is a hard game. You have a lot of stuff that they have put into the food, and they do a lot to, make the food look as good and presentable. Doesn't mean that the nutrient basis is there. So you're already starting with problems at your unprocessed or minimally processed foods, because we have a nutrient problem. You're not getting enough nutrients from what you even call healthy. So most people will say, well, I'm eating healthy now, but you're not even getting enough nutrients from that thing, because the same thing that you ate as a kid, a cucumber, a carrot, let's stay with the C words, those things they don't have the same nutrient basis, at least the stuff that you buy in the store, right? So they don't have the same nutrient basis that they had 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. So you'd have to eat more of that thing. So then let's go up a level. Processed cooking ingredients. So this is where we live at. We all live here. We live here. Your salt, you got your butter, your oil. We live here. And then processed foods, right? So we definitely all live there. Now, this is I think if we stayed there and that was the top of the food chain, we would be fine. But then you have UPFs, which is ultra processed foods, and ultra processed foods are things that are made from. So the way this pyramid breaks down is from top to bottom. The thing that's below it is what makes the thing above it. So ultra processed foods are ultra processed foods because the ingredients that actually made that were already processed. You get it? So like the pizza is obviously coming from, cheese and tomato sauce. It's not tomatoes. It's tomato, it's some sort of, sauce, some pizza sauce. It's not tomato. So it usually is being processed, especially the way that it's made. So this is pretty much our problem. But then you go to a common person and you see them at the store. The store doesn't provide anything lower than processed foods on this chart. And you tell them, yo, you're not even really eating food, because I consider food this category down here, unprocessed or minimally processed food. That's what food is. So if you tell somebody they're not eating food, they look at you like you got three heads. That was that. I got through that. Like I said, I'm heavy into agriculture and just the health of people. Well, I think I can eat all the pyramid of the day. Yeah, I mean, but eating a lot is if you are eating food, your body will likely trigger in a way that will stop you from eating food, so much food. The toucher, I don't know what you mean. What's the YouTube channel so you could watch the stream? This is the stream. Player, this is the stream. This is not a premiere or anything. I'm on live right now. You got a funny name. I was trying to do a movie, Shubham, but I need to give me like a genre and then I could get you a movie, and I got some classics too, but mainly like comedy. Love comedy. I don't understand what you mean. What's the channel so you could watch the stream? You ducking in here just to duck in here and duck out? Yeah, we gonna figure that out. But I don't know if you guys are still hanging out. I'm gonna just start up the game like I said I would. I'll be on here probably for another 15. We'll see who joins. Some of my what I call the stream team. These are the people that come back, and we've had like, you know, multiple days of legendary experiences and feedback, and they've helped to make the stream exactly what it is today. It's growing. Growing does not mean the numbers. And I was going to talk about this. When does the stream start? I don't know how to answer that. We are here. The stream has started. Did you just look at it from the beginning and I have my graphic saying that the stream is not started yet? Is that what's going on? Maybe. You're welcome to talk to me now if you if you at the edge of this, you know, like, recommend a movie that I like the most. Yeah, you know what? I got you, Shabham. The Wiz. That's my joint. This is what you would refer to as the, I don't know. I guess you could just say it's the black version of the Wizard of Oz. But it's more on the musical side. It takes the story to a whole nother level. You got a young Michael Jackson, a young Diana Ross, Nipsey Russell. This is where the famous Nipsey Hussle gets his name from. Nipsey Russell and a lot of others. Lena Horne. That's one of my favorite movies. Whenever I'm feeling away, I'll go play the soundtrack to pick me up. All right, let me. I turned on this game. I don't know why my computer fan is on like this game is amazing or something. Yeah, so I'm gonna be in the chat. We gonna see, because I tried to do this before, and I mean I'm from this era. I actually, if you guys are still watching, we've had some fun streams, and I like keep the stuff that we've gone over near my desk. So this is my original Sega Genesis. This is the second form factor. This is the original, the second form factor of the Sega Genesis. So I keep that near my desk. Definitely was raised on that. Do you guys still play retro games? Well, Shubham, you ain't, it ain't retro to you. You 18. You are 18. So let me lower the sound a little bit. Yeah, thanks again for that. You know what? I never thought of that. Like, I have ideas all the time. First of all, this is way too loud in my ear. Let me I guess I could just turn my computer. Okay, that's why, because it was on 75. Never thought about it, but this would be a cool way to end the stream, where you like playing games. I don't want to Oh, you don't have a PC? Okay. Are you in India, Shabam? I don't make no assumptions. It's pretty sensitive folks out here. I'm a software engineer, so I've worked in IT departments for a good amount of time, over a decade. So I've always worked at pretty much every job I've ever had. I've always had like co-workers that are either Indian, that are here in the States, or that are working remotely. So they always say I'm the coolest though. I know why they say that. It's tough. Culturally, like, we gotta respect, you live in India, cool. We have to respect, you know, everybody's culture should get respected, so. Yeah, I was, not too long ago, I think like a week ago, one of the guys, he always would tell me to check out, to get some chicken 65. So I debated. I'm still probably gonna do it because I have a good Indian restaurant near me. I'm thinking of getting some chicken 65 and bringing it on stream. You know, whatever, to if I'm feeling like that in the moment. Yeah, this is GTA. Why do you ask? Why do you ask, Jeff? Am I not allowed to play Sonic? Mick the Pick, we actually got the Sonic working without that weird sound. I feel bad because it's hard to play games on here because I'm kind of like into it and I'm into this, so I haven't really mastered that yet. I think when I first started streaming, the games were sort of a coping mechanism because you never know what you're gonna get energy wise. You guys have been awesome tonight though. Is this my femboy roommate? I'm pretty sure my wife is my roommate. So my wife wouldn't be calling me her femboy. So I don't know what you talking about. Cool. You and your polarizing internet. You can have it. You can have your internet. I'll have my Sonic too. Yeah, for people who've just experienced things the way they are, with people who are willing to say whatever they want when they want, man, you really missed the time. Talk about nostalgia. Oh, you guys got me messing up my rings. Hold on. Cool. You guys seen that thumbs up? That's the original like button right there. Man, this is tough playing with the joystick. Or rather like a D-pad. Did I make it? Oh, I made it. The one from the files? What are you talking about? Well, no matter what you're talking about, I hope you're doing well. I can't say I love the trolls, but I respect the grind. So if you are a troll, I don't want to take that away from you. Do what you feel you need to do. Oh, Shubham, sorry I didn't see your message. See you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Is my man James Smith, you still out there? We would talk, Mick the Pick. We were having a great conversation about sports earlier. So much so, I think there is something pretty unique about my respect for just sports, and when I say general sports, like being in America and people feeling like they're kind of left behind on the international scene. We were talking about some cricket, we were talking about rugby, of course, football, which I keep calling real football. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been on here for long enough, cool, that I know better than to read those comments. But you keep going at it. That's, as long as you're here, I hope you're okay. Mick the Pick, if you're still hanging out, I did want to show you I wanted to show you that the codes thing that I was doing before. And I find it cool. Others may not. We'll see. Because I got everything working now. Exactly like with the sound the way I want it. Yo, we made it to 200 subscribers. There's so many people. You know how people be like, oh, people didn't believe in me. Nah, this is legit. Like, there's so many people who told me to do this. I feel like they was like, nah, keep going. And I knew they was waiting for me to walk away, and they'd be like, nah. They thought I was going to fail out here. Yeah, luckily I didn't use their energy to understand, I'm my own person. So, all right, so real quick, I'm gonna show you guys this. I've been holding on to these secrets since I was. Let me give you a year. Okay. All right, so you hit options, right? People are like, "What is this? Why would anyone ever do this?" So, doesn't matter if you put Sonic and Tails. So at the bottom, you go to no, sorry, not 19. I mean, not 9. You go to 19. And I don't know when I'm senile, when I'm not able to remember, when these codes are no longer there and I can't reach them, I'll know something's off with my memory. 19. 65. 9. I'm pressing C, by the way. A Genesis controller. I have a real fake one, meaning it's a USB, but it's a replica. So on a Genesis controller, you press it's A, B, and C. So 9. The next number, I'll just go 17, and you're gonna hear a click like. Oh, you did hear it, but it was on desktop. Sorry about that. Ready? Oops. I gotta be over there. Okay. Ready? Did you hear it? The coin? Alright. What do you think I just did? So then you hold A, B, and C. And you just press start, whatever your start is. And then it'll restart the game, right? Now, when I hold all 3 and then I press start and then I press start again, I can get to every board. If you've never seen this, you heard it here first. So now you can play every board in the whole game. So anybody in the chat, anybody has a favorite board? I know that was It'd be cool to go through like a lot of game codes that I have. Maybe I could pull off the Contra code, the up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, select, start. Maybe I could pull that off. That would be fun. I actually think I could do that. Alright, Casino Nights. I love to. I don't know why, but I feel like they exposed me to. They must have exposed me to gambling as a kid with this. But this board was fire, man. I would sit there and when you're not gambling, but W streamed so far. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I hope I didn't make it worse. Ooh, what we got? Bar. 2 ranks. You guys know what is that feeling when you get Sonic. Hopefully you guys know what that is like. Sonic. Oh, look at that. Oh man. Yeah, this is I mean, I've been playing this game now for freaking 35 years. Can you imagine like the people who made this? I'm sure that they didn't think, oh that's right, Sonic's not the highest. You gotta have Jackpot in there. That's right. I wonder if I have just as much fun playing like Rocket League as this. Probably more fun playing this. Oh. I hit the jackpot, but that's not. You get 3 jackpots. Alright, well guys, I like to read the energy, and if the energy has displaced and is gone, that's totally fine. We had an awesome stream. We spoke a lot of sports talk. We got into some movie chat. I feel like I've been validated as a real person. Someone came in the chat and asked if this was pre-recorded. I must have been doing so good that it felt like I pre-recorded this and edited it, but nope, it was just me. Met some new people. James Smith from the UK. That was pretty cool. Let me get the name right. Shubham in India. That was super cool as well. Oh, Yasin. Oh no, Yasin, you got to see me die. What's up, Yasin? I'm gonna tell you what, Yasin. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I don't know what the whole Inhox thing is, but if I ever got, if this got bigger, I don't know how I'm gonna remember your name. There's like maybe 3 or 4 people who have come in and then they said their real name and I'm able to recognize it. But over time, that might be crazy. I used to work at a school and there was 450 students in the school. And because of the job that I was doing there, I had to know everybody's first and last name. So I had them all like first and last name every day. I had to call every child's name every day. So guess I'm okay with names. Yeah, I'm just playing a little bit of Sonic. We're gonna end the stream soon. We've been on here now for I thought I was going. Right. We've been on the stream. Where am I looking? Oh, it's been 2 hours. Man, big news, y'all seen? We got to 200 subscribers. Didn't expect that tonight, but somewhere deep down, I knew that we were worthy. And I did, think about it a little bit today, because I did stream today. The outdoor streams, they've been going okay. I guess the success of the stream has been bouncing back and forth between the outdoor stuff, which I'm gonna keep up with, and the night stuff. Pretty happy that tonight I was able to have a successful stream, because I've been doubting the value of coming on here, and I've shared it with people who've been on the stream. I have no problem coming on every night, and I'm kind of set up for that. But I think one of the major challenges is the feedback, and whether or not, like, what is the metric? How do you know that things are working and that things are growing? I've struggled with that. I don't have the commitment that I'm gonna be. Excuse me. I don't even consider myself a content creator as of yet. I'm not all in with that. I guess this is an experiment. But however the story goes, ends or indifferent. Thanks for listening, Yassine. But however the story ends, because everything comes to an end. I just, like when I play sports, my goal, and every day I actually got basketball tomorrow. When I play sports, my job is to leave everything out on the court, on the field, on the stream, and I try that. And just like when I play sports, you don't get to control when coach wants to put you in the game, when they want to increase your role. All you can control is your attitude. So that's what I do here. Something interesting, Yassine. I probably made a mistake about a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna investigate it. Seems stupid and subtle now that I think about it, but I made it, so I gotta take ownership of it. I frequently worked previously on how do you improve the quality of the look and feel of the stream. And I remember changing the aspect ratio of the camera, and I want to say that the camera was way lower quality than it is right now. And I'm on a webcam, nothing crazy. I've had this webcam for over a decade, I believe, and it's on, I think it's 1080p. You could do a little higher than that, but it ain't really built for that. I think the default is 1080p. And I lowered the settings on the camera down to 800 by 600 because when I was tinkering with it, it kind of fit a smaller box, and I was just trying to use less resources on the computer. Alright, gang, what's up, CJ? Yeah, CJ. See? Yeah, we used to take money back in the days, boy. Boy, you get on these sticks. There's a couple games where I was like crazy. You don't even have to troll now. All you gotta do is joke. Yeah, I'm gonna start ending the stream like this. What happened, not that the energy was low, I just had planned to do it, and we were talking about different things. This is Sonic 2, brother. Come on, man. I know, I guess you don't know. Yeah, let's make sure I didn't miss anything. Everyone makes mistakes. Yeah. No, I mean, I guess, you know what? Speaking to what I was speaking about And CJ, maybe this is good to hear. I was saying that I made a mistake, and I think I reduced the aspect ratio of the camera that I use to stream, and I changed it 2 days ago, and I was wondering like what was wrong with, you know, what am I doing? I would think that my stream is supposed to grow. Like, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not getting views? And I'm not view hungry. It's just that I need a reason for why I'm actually doing this, because unfortunately I don't have a personal, oh, I need this to happen. I'm okay. I'm okay with my life. I like to have a place to be creative, but if they don't want you to create, or people don't find what you do pleasing, you gotta be willing to accept that. So, thanks, you. So, I'm always investing in how to improve what this is. So I was doing that same thing. I'm looking at, okay, well, this camera doesn't have to be that big. I'm thinking nothing of it. And then when this game was lit. No, so and then of recent, I kind of realized that, oh, Dr. Robotnik, or Dr. Eggman, like my kids call him. You know what's so cool about this game is that you need 1 coin. Should I get that? Oh, I got none now. Alright, we're gonna have to pull this off. I like that, sir. I feel pressure. I'm on screen now. Oh, I hit him with the oh. Hit him with the ooh. Come on, Tails, what you doing? I don't know if there's another game where Tails so Tails could have did the rewind like all these games have, but whatever, I'll just keep a coin this time. So Tails could be played by the second joystick, and you don't really need to be in the game. There's no requirement, you can just go in and out. So what I was saying is, I'm always trying to improve the stream, and I was curious about some information that I came across about speculation as to what could be happening with my viewership. Like, why would I go from 120 people, 130 people, excellent streams, a lot of chat with their metric is called chat interaction, right? So why would I go from that to like 30 people? Well, with the 8 shots. Why would I go from that to 30 people? And I started the research, and then come to find out, you can, if my face is too small on the screen, YouTube may not think that this is entertaining for the viewers. Like, hear what I just said. If my face is too small on the screen, YouTube may not think, YouTube as in the algorithm underneath the hood, may not think that my voice, oh, I'm sorry, was that too loud? Oh, let me lower my mic. Oh, you're a voice, sorry. So, YouTube may not think that you're entertaining, so they're gonna struggle to send you to the viewers. And I'm thinking to myself, hold up, there's no way that there's no, I hear you, and that's all I need is you my peoples, right? That's all I've been looking for, and that's why I'm here, it's for my peoples. But we not the only ones out here, y'all seen. There's other people, and people can't hang out properly because YouTube is kind of in the way. right? If my face isn't on the screen at a certain size, or the quality of my camera doesn't meet their expectations, then that is something that could lower my viewership. So I'm sitting on here for half an hour with no one coming in. What am I'm sitting over here like, oh, okay. Everybody's here. You here? We here now. I'm glad you here. And then you see, on my screen, there's something that shows like the concurrent viewers and the chat rate and then the total views. So when the concurrent viewers are, the number goes from 0 to 1, I'm like, freeze. Freeze. My name is Darnell Just Talking. I'm here to spread all the positive energy, and I hope freeze. And then it goes back to 0, like, okay, take 1. that must have not been good enough. And I just don't think it has to be that way. Like, imagine if you had a real trailer, right? So let's reimagine YouTube. Let's call it YouTube pairing, social media pairing. So you, the viewer, I've never thought about this. So this is how I operate. I'm live, right? And that's why the live kind of works. So YouTube and social media pairing, right? I am looking for something to do with my time. I'm a viewer. I want something to do with my time. So I'm gonna go to this platform, this portal, to find people. I'm going to see trailers of who these people are and what they represent. I'm gonna see the categories that the tags that they say represent them. Say you get 5 tags to say what kind of energy, you know, what's your stream about, what's your content about. That's very different than what we have today, where it's about whether or not I can get you something. So how can I get you something? A stream is only viable when somebody's actually streaming. So when the stream goes, if you're not a large channel, when the stream goes down, YouTube doesn't push your stream anymore, because the stream is something that's happening now. That's where the advertising dollars eventually will come in, because if you notice now when you watch streams, if the person's monetized, they'll veer off to an ad in the middle of your stream. So you'll be saying, you know, quality stuff, and they'll just veer off on the stream. Your internet sucks. You be alright, man. You might need to redevelop the internet. But what happened to my game? Yeah, so imagine you come to this platform and sorry, let me rewind it, because while I was talking, I think I lost. We are here now. So no, I get you. But again, you gotta grow. We all here. Yeah, I appreciate that. But imagine what it's gonna look like eventually. Right now, am I greedy and need there to be a ton of people? No, but unfortunately, you can't reach monetization without, you know, fulfilling certain metrics. And having you guys here alone is not enough. The only way it's enough is if you guys hung out on the stream and you each watched it 5 times over every time I stream. That's where they have us at, right? So you kind of got to understand and be aware, and I've spoken about this before. YouTube categorizes the videos, and I hope you guys don't mind me talking about like the background of how this works and the way I see it. YouTube categorizes videos as a stream, what they call lives, a short or a video, right? Streams they do not have an incentive to push a stream after the person has streamed, because it's not live anymore. So most of the people that you're gonna see lives of after streams, you likely are subscribed to that person. So right away, without having a good enough flock of subscriptions, if I go live, all I'm gonna get out of that live is whoever was there. So that's kind of the first reason why it matters. Oh, you know, you say we here, we are here, and that's golden, right? Like I wouldn't change that. But I also feel like we is gonna expand, and as the we expands, it helps, right? It helps from putting out this message, and we just gotta stay true to keep it the same energy that we've always had, which a lot of creators, not just content creators, but a lot of creators struggle with that. You know, look at people when they produce their first album and what that album was made of versus, you know, as time progresses, they usually struggle to keep energy. But yeah, that's the game. So you have live streams, then you have shorts. Well, shorts, unless your short goes viral, you're not gonna get monetized from shorts because we need 3 million views. You need 3 million views in the last 3 months. It's not happening. They cheated. Dunskies. What's up, buddy? Mega Man?
They made a live action movie.
Oh, live action Mega Man. Alright, I'm at the that was super fun. You guys got to watch me cross over the goal line of 200.
I can't even beat the first level.
Make the pick says, dang, that was the first try. Yeah, if I'm focused.
And it's the only one Mega Man game.
If I'm focused, yeah, we tear these games up. Hold up, get your shot. This is the one that's on the. Oh, you're just gonna snap. Yeah, you need to go to bed. All right. So y'all got to see me cross 200, which was freaking amazing. I worked. That, I mean, it wasn't much blood. It was definitely some sweat, and I've had tears within that time. It just wasn't about. It's so cute. Thank you, man. Yeah, that's my little guy. I'm trying to do the blood, sweat, and tears. So there was no actual blood. It was a lot of sweat. And I've had tears in this time, but not about content. So, but yeah, man, it's been a ride. If you were to ask me 46 days ago that I would know what it's like to have 200, thank you so much, Yassine, 200 subscribers, nah, I wouldn't. I honestly didn't think that was possible, like for the year, because I never seen any. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Yassine. I've never seen much growth in the channel, and I didn't put out a lot of content, but yeah, 200 makes the pick. We crossed it, man. We crossed it. I didn't put out a ton of content. I put out enough. The problem that Mick the Pig said, let's fold. The F and the G is right next to each other, so I'm pretty sure we know what happened with that. But yeah. So the problem when I reflect on the success. Thanks, man. When I woke up this morning, not only is it 200, but I earned 9 subscribers. And that's almost 5% of the subscribers that I have. I earned them today. So 9 subscribers today. And it was a standard content day. I didn't do... I recorded some stuff that I'm going to be chopping up. And I finally got to get back on videos because I've only been doing shorts and streams. But yeah, it was a standard content day. I did a stream. I don't know. Maybe YouTube is finally like, yo, you know, you got so much. But when people come in, I would say this, for whatever reason, when people come in, there's enough engagement that I'm able to spend my attention. We reached 25 votes. Man, that's what's up. And we chilled and talked, so that's fire. Yeah, I feel like I have time to sit and talk to people. The ultimate compliment, like I said in the chat earlier, was, is this a live stream? Like, is this recorded? Like, what are you saying, bro? I'm talking to you right now. And then somebody else said, when does the stream start? In my head, maybe they're watching the beginning where it's saying the stream is about to begin, but who knows, right? But just reflecting on getting here, before I started actually streaming as a routine, like nightly, I had so much effort, like mental, psychological effort. And this is the biggest mistake, and I really wish Shadow Black gets it together, because I hear it all the time. The biggest mistake is the energy of viral, and I say this just about monetization and content creation as a whole. It's the same problem. Everyone knows what it is. So the word viral, we all know what viral is. If you have not gone viral, and when you talk to somebody about it, they see it as you have not gone viral, right? We may have a video at some point that's gonna go viral. Neymar, what's up? Egg. I got eggs. You need eggs? I got eggs. I think I got like 3 dozen out there. So they dropping them every day. So we all know what these words mean. So it's a lot of pressure for people to come into the space, and they don't understand it. They don't know if they're going to be able to, you know, meet everyone's expectations as to going viral. I could tell you, I'm still challenged by even putting a sub goal or having a sub goal there, because that's not something you see on YouTube as much. That's more of a Twitch thing. I happen to understand and have studied different platforms, and I'm a little cross and mixed on what to do on this platform, because it's a different user base, or people culturally go into like YouTube mode, right? But if I had to give myself advice prior to this sprint of doing streams, it would be to reduce. Are you sitting at 92.30775 THS? Okay. THZ. I don't know. How do you can you help me? How do you figure out your wavelength? I wouldn't mind trying to figure that out. I'm into stuff like that. I do earthing. I've thought about doing the grounding. Well, I ground myself earthing, but I thought about doing some of the tools that you put, like your blanket and all of that. Tell me how you find that out? Hopefully you're not trolling. If you are, we'll convert you. But yeah, so I would advised myself, sad to say. Thank you for asking, Yasin. Tell me how you can help figure out. Kimma was here, guys. Too. Hello, how are you? You can say a solid 45.85501 gigahertz. Can you tell me why? Why you got me that? Is that high or low? I don't know. Yeah, let me answer Yasin's comment. We got different languages. You must know that I am intrigued by what you type in the chat, and because we have technology like translate to English, I will use it and respectfully. Oh, it's konnichiwa. Okay. Oh, cool. I've never seen konnichiwa. Hello to you too, Kimma. I should have known Kimma. Okay. Yeah. There's in what we do in junior high school. I didn't go to the school, but my cousins went to the school, and their second language was Japanese. So from like 6th grade, I guess like 11 years old, they used to come home speaking the good stuff. So much respect to the culture. Okay, because you're an average 3D mortal, you can't reach terahertz like I can. Being in the 16th dimension will help with that though. Okay. It's kind of laggy, bro. I seen a message from YouTube, so it probably should improve. Kimma. Sorry about the lagginess. From my side, my bitrate, everything looks normal. Yeah, I didn't forget Yasin. I am getting a message from YouTube though. Let me just look on. Yeah, it's saying the stream is poor on there, but right when I get the buzz in here, the buzz comes in. Can I play? I don't play Geometry Dash. I was just playing Sonic 2 though on the stream. I do play Rocket League every now and then. Like I said, your choice, but you know, let's hang out sometimes. You know how to do that. If you want to subscribe, come back. That'll help us. Hopefully the lag has improved. YouTube is still saying that it's poor. Okay, it just went to excellent. So I don't know what that was about, but yeah. So just to answer what Yasin said, let me get your exact question. Because I was into terahertz, and who is the moderator, by the way? I have two moderators, Mick the Pick and Shadow Black. We're not a big channel yet. You know, they kind of show up for me a lot. Really, it's a cheering, you know, it's my support squad at this point, because we actually like the character of trolls. I try to do a troll convention. Our rate is pretty high when the trolls come in. So other than that, I mean, I won't read comments out loud. That's super crazy. So, but look, Kim, if you stick around, I don't mind making you a moderator for sure if everything works out. We do have on the stream, we haven't updated it recently because we haven't had, actually Yasin's probably going to be on there, but we have like a wall of fame. Some of the people who were coming here definitely early and repeat. So, you know, a lot of these people still come back in, even if it's just for a minute to say hi, just to give some love to the stream. So that was something we was working on early. Like I said, it's been a moving target, which is cool for me. I like to just go based on what the energy is. Now we have a sub goal of 250. Like I said, we got 100. We got half of our subscribers within the last 46 days. So we are on the way. I do push other content out. I have videos that are on the way. I drop shorts, at least one short a day. So if you want somebody who's, putting out frequent content, bringing positive energy, I really don't have no reason to switch that up. So Yasin asked, what's the goal for the channel? I could tell you where I think I'm at, Yasin. Very good question. I've been on here for 2 hours and 30 minutes, so you gotta give me a little grace when I answer this, because I don't know if the answer will be the same, when I didn't cross the 200. But all right, so the goal for this channel, I'm still a little gray, because I just want to be myself, right? I want to have a certain layer. Why did you not get to come in, man, and go in the city to the street? I'm sure you sorry to ask people to subscribe. Oh, that's cool, man. Just, we'll figure it out. I'm not in no rush. So I want oh, why did I get a cameraman? Yeah. Hold on, my family's just getting home. 1 second. Yeah. All right. So what are my goals for the channel? When I first started on YouTube, rightfully so, I tried to mimic what I watched. My goals that I had when I was into media, this is a pre-YouTube, I used to make content. One of my moderators, Shadow Black, we actually have a lot of content from way back when that we used to make. They're on tapes, and we just like to have fun. We like to mimic things, do parody. This is like pre-Vine. It was no internet. There was no space for us to explore that. Definitely was no money agenda. I majored in something that overlapped in college. Finished college, and I wasn't able to kind of break into things the way I wanted to. So all that time passes. YouTube becomes a thing. Everyone with a camera and a phone now, just, they have access to it. And in the beginning, it felt like, oh, it's great. People who can put on quality stuff, that's what we're here for. There's a lot of learning, there's a lot of teaching and learning on YouTube, a two-way street. And now here we are. I'm a little older than I was when I really wanted to get on here and do this. I think that as long as I could draw a nice line between my real personal, like, you're not gonna see a one-on-one with me and my wife in a conversation. Like, she's not into it. I'm not into having that conversation. I just want to be myself, and I have so many different layers. When you pull back the onion skin, I have so many different layers. I'm into so many different things. From my purview, the amount of different creators and content that I'm connected to, that I endorse, when I'm sharing stuff, I'm able to hold a conversation with most people that come, in the chat, that from what I know, and that's how I am in real life. There are things that might intrigue me that I'm not aware of, that I'll kind of ask about. So let me read before maybe I went too deep. Why? Oh, to talk like funny. Okay, so actually, I'll just go that direction and explain what the whole deal is. So this channel, my primary channel, is to be more behind the scenes. It's an open process. Like the title of the stream now is Open Studio. It's an open process. There's creativity involved. I intend to show some stuff. My mind, if I'm working on something, we'll just sit there. I could also play games and have fun. I'm not a gamer, so I wouldn't have a full game-based channel. I do have a channel for the homesteading stuff. It was called Darnell Just Homesteading. So I have Darnell Just Talking and Darnell Just Homesteading. The challenge is that when I was doing that channel, I didn't have the game that I have today, the understanding. And I feel like that understanding meant that I was not getting as much feedback with you. So I didn't have the right signals and triggers to know that what I was doing actually made sense. The reason why I just said, okay, I'm just posting on this channel is because there's something that occurred where I was on somebody's live stream. I had like called in, and it was more of the agriculture kind of space. And when I called in, I was on a StreamYard, so you had to type in your name. And I killed it. I came on, I spoke my piece, I killed it, right? And the feedback, when I was leaving, he was like, all right, people, now go subscribe to his channel. And I didn't actually type in Darnell Just Homesteading. I typed in Darnell Just Talking. So I got like a huge bump. At the time, it was like and it was coming from a content creator with over 300,000 subscribers. And I've been following the guy for years. I basically could re-talk his stuff, right? And I got that bump, and I got all these people that were interested in that moment, that it made me say, I can't go post on this other channel because the signals would be crossed. They saw me and they came to this one channel. I gotta go post on that channel. So then I started isolating everything here. And then when I start working on stuff from working with ChatGPT and figuring out, well, how do you get to where you're going? It was saying that this is more of a experiment. So don't sell yourself in any direction until it actually makes sense, right? And we're not there yet. I'm not monetized. As far as I know, I'm not necessarily on that path. So I just kind of stuck to the stream because I thought it's the easiest way to just show who I actually am. If I'm gonna post a video and I'm struggling to get 5 views, at least in a vertical stream, I know for a fact that, I'm gonna get, at least 30 people. And hey, if you don't like it, you don't like what you see, you don't like what you hear. But here is 8:56 a.m. Oh, okay. Well, good morning to you. Hope you had your coffee, your tea. Yasin, I don't know if you say you mean going to be funny. I like to have fun. I don't necessarily think that I'm funny. I have like more of a dry humor. I've been joking all my life, but if at some point there is some, I'm gonna feel the vibes. It's really a vibe thing. I no longer like to use my own. You got to use your instincts. But when there's writings on the wall as to what you're doing and your impact, you got to read the writing on the wall. So as I do this, 4:36 p.m. Well, it's 11:27 p.m. here. So yeah, you got to read the writing on the wall, and that's always been that's so far has been the struggle, as the writing is like blurry from YouTube side, because they give you in the YouTube studio, they give you all these metrics, and you kind of got to read through them. Yeah, Yasin says just give it a shot to start a new channel to get some videos in it for a month and all games, and I will be funny. Hey, you want to do a channel together? I would love to produce. That's really my calling, is to produce. I know you probably mix the I's and the U's, but hey, if you want to do that, sure. I struggle with the gaming thing because I'm not really a gamer. That's just like culturally, I grew up playing games, but I haven't played them seriously in a long time. All right, well, I'm I ain't gonna say I'm burning out, but I did want to you tried it. I'm happy you said that. Uzier, you think I'm funny? I mean, I don't not think that I'm funny. I have really good comedic taste as well, but it's not my calling. There's people in the back that, you know, so most comedians have writers, right? I'm the writer. I'm not the comedian. I'm not someone who cares to be out in the forefront, that struggles to deliver the actual joke. I'm a small room person. That's fine. But yeah, that's cool if you think I'm funny. Thank you. Appreciate it. I don't know how to say it, but I'll try. Uzier Pathan says, but isn't it meaningless in the end? We all die. Hey man, I don't know if it's meaningless. I think the experiment as a whole is to work through it, and you obviously have some form of consciousness right now, and for you to be conscious, you just make the best or the worst, or however you feel what you want to make of it. I know when I'm outside and my hands in the dirt, I see the bigger picture, is that these are all systems and they're all interconnected, and we're here. There's something bigger that we all can't see individually, so we just have to treat each other better, and figure things out. But thanks for the comment. I don't disapprove of your thoughts, and I appreciate your feedback. There's a bunch of people that have helped to strengthen what you're saying, on the internet, on the tube. There's a whole bunch of people, so I hope that you're not just, let me see if you have a channel. That's always a good. Okay. All right, 1 subscriber. Wait, let's see what you're gonna do. Come back, sir. Why don't you subscribe and come back, and we'll have your young guys. See, we have a couple on here. We have CJ that comes in. We had Ophelia last night. When I start getting to talk about trying to grow a channel, and it's kind of an interactive conversation, so that's pretty good. It's not important to be playing gaming good. It's important about you can make the game good or bad. It's about you. I agree, and I've gotten that feedback. You know what? So let me say it this way. To Yasin, and then I'll get out of here. I felt, and I think I'm right about what I'm about to say. You be with media, who comes in the chat, who's basically a good friend of mine. He tells me to multi-stream, and you got to multi-stream. And from instinct perspective, I don't think a lot of people understand what all's involved in running one channel, or just the type of person you are. I am running this channel like a cookie jar, and I know how many cookies are in there. I know who's touching the cookie jar. So the way I felt was, the more I expand right away, the less I understand exactly what I'm doing. Because when I hear Mr. Beast talk about if he lost it all, I'll answer you in a second, Pathan. If Mr. Beast says if he lost it all, he would have a good chunk of it back in a week, as far as like his viewership, because it's a system and he understands the system. So if I'm still learning on a daily basis about this system, that means that there's a lot to learn here. So me just thinking, am I trying to build me as a person? I'm not trying to necessarily build me. There's no billboard that needs to have my face and that's gonna make me fulfilled. That's not what this is, right? This is a place for me, and potentially you, to show your creativity. It doesn't have to be anything more than that. The monetization and all, that's where everything gets all weird. But now, while you are here, if you're going to show your creativity, you want people who could appreciate your creativity to connect with. So you kind of have to grow your channel. So as a byproduct, you will have to have the monetization conversation with yourself. But growing your channel doesn't have to be a bad thing, and you don't have to isolate yourself and not give it your all, or you got a multi-stream and multi-channel, and like organically, I do play games. I think I have a good, when I'm playing, I'm enjoying myself and having fun. I could talk through that. The only thing that I need to be convinced of is that I'm not the weird guy in his 40s playing games on a kid app. Did you beat Sonic? No, I was trying to jump off the stream. Did want to answer Pathan's question. What are your perspectives on purpose of life? Well, life to me, it's all a game that we're in, but with the little power and control that you have, again, it may not be real, but you feel that it's real. You feel that the control that you have is real. And I think that because you're in that realm of belief, that you should actually act on it. Because if you don't act on it, and it is a little piece of power, then you don't have anything else. Going back to your original comment, like, what's it all mean? What's the purpose of it then? So you should just act on it. I think that we're all connected in ways that they don't teach us about because they don't know. I think there's an energy that connects us all. And this experiment, whatever is running this experiment, is watching us, and is allowing us to conclude things, come to conclusions. And so what are you gonna do with your time? For me, I'm a get closer to all beings. I'm gonna understand different perspectives, because it's funny when you ask me what's your purpose of life, I wonder if you're just talking about life as a human. Are you talking about life as an earthling, right? Like as a being? Because then that's a broader understanding, because some people's or some things' lives, they happen in an hour, some happen in 3 days. I think I was reading something about how all animals have the same amount of heartbeats. Some happen faster or slower. Think about that. So you have some animals and heart is just racing, but they beat the same amount that we do in life expectancy, right? So it's just a game. It's a game, man. But I choose to play my role, my seat in the game. I've been having fun my whole life. We ain't gonna stop here. And even when they ain't no more, it don't look like I have days ahead, I'ma just smile with my head up at that point as well. So was that the heartbeat thing? The mind blowing? Yeah, I mean the internet. If the internet is here for anything, this is the internet that I experienced when I was likely your age. It was an information paradise. It was a place to seek and find. It was so fun that schools they wouldn't trust it because the internet's information was like, it wasn't trustworthy. It was new. It was fringe. It was untested and unqualified, but it was massive at the same time. And it was, like we talk about music. I sometimes get into this conversation about copyrights, which really bother me because I could have a super awesome stream and make it musical, but you gotta deal with copyrights, right? Well, think about like if we were in a place where everything we just shared just like free space, like this game could be different. That at the end of the day, I kind of lost my thought there. I was going somewhere with it. Trust me, if you type in the chat, I was right there, and it just kind of knocked me out. I've been on here. I think this is my longest stream. Man, these guys are battle tested. We were talking about beings. No, I know what I was saying. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm gonna get out of here. Really appreciate it. Just read off the poll before I go. What kind of vibe should we go with tonight? Chill and talk. I think we successfully did that. 70% locked in focus mode, 4% throwback energy, 7%, and just chaos, let it happen with 19%. It was an awesome poll. I'm gonna end the poll. I want to just say thank you to everybody. We did reach a huge milestone. I just want to continue to build on what we have, how far we've come. We ain't gonna let the numbers and the algorithm and all of that stop the energy, because that's generally what it's all about. We got to just answer your last question. Let me see. What's the question? It's not important to play the game. I didn't see your last question. Y'all seen? I'll hang on. But retype it. Retype your last question. Yeah, so we just got to keep the good energy. When I played basketball, when I was serious about it, like in college, my coach introduced me to a cool, just understanding like a try. He didn't have no. You don't know why you typed it already. Type it again. I don't see a question. So he would talk about, most people think that, if you're good at something, people are gonna love you to do it, and they let you do it, and you get away with everything else. But I take pride in being a Division III athlete, what we call student athletes, student first. And my coach used to make sure, excuse me, that we understood the 3 areas, the triangle that we had to hit, which was first being just good people, good community people, right? Like just a stand-up citizen, taking care of, what's in your household, people outside, people around you, and then taking care of what you need to in the classroom. And lastly, is playing basketball and playing sports. So without, all of those, without 1 and 2, can't do 3. Your comment is girl like invisible. Yeah, I mean, I don't see no comment. I see thank you for your time. Maybe your question was a little off and YouTube was like, nah. That's why I said they be playing games. Yeah, thank you. Well, if you're around tomorrow, I definitely will be here. Let me not say definitely. We don't know. But I intend. I hope I'm able to be here tomorrow. Everybody, thank you so much again. It was a awesome stream. Today was a day. I will be making a video about this. Today was a day. I really appreciate everybody. Thanks for sticking around. I know I got this music playing in the background. It's not that amazing, but thank you so much. Peace, and of course,
Sucker for love, baby.
After 25 days of streaming every night, not only just chilling, but I'm outside. I'm outside, people. One take. I'm outside, y'all. I'm outside.